You should probably save your progress. Little does she know I already did. Haven't seen it all yet. So we're in the same ignorant boat then. No point in waiting around. Let's get this show on the road. Yeah! Crispin. Welcome, one and all, to the annual Mailberg Academy Senior Student Council Valentine's Day auction. This year, before I begin, I must give thanks to our sponsor, the Everett Corporation. This event could hardly have happened without the support of the Everett Family Trust. I used to live one town over from Everett. It is my absolute pressure, to be your, under pressure, to be your master of ceremonies tonight. As always, all benefits will go directly towards the betterment of students here at Mailberg Academy. I think he's lying. The rules are much the same as they are every year. Despite the addition of more modern machines, please enter your bids as soon as they open for each member. In order to be declared the winner, a bid must go unchallenged for 10 seconds. Once a bid has been won, the winner may step outside to collect their winnings, if you will. Beyond that point, I can only wish you all the best of luck. Because only 4 of you get to go on dates tonight. Now, shall we open the proverbial curtain to meet this year's bachelors? I think we shall. Our first eligible bachelor for tonight is Student Council Secretary Victor Winterboned. Aw, he has to go up first. I feel kind of bad for him. Victor doesn't really like being in front of crowds like this. He's smiling wide, but I've known Victor for long enough to be able to tell that he's totally faking it. If he was really happy, it'd reach his eyes. Yeah, I bet it would. He hands an envelope over to Crispin like they're about to reveal the next Academy Award. Right, their date locations are huge secrets, aren't they? This must be the reveal time. When you purchase a date with Mr. Winterboned, you'll be treated to a romantic ride with him on the local Ferris wheel. His ideal partner is a close friend, someone he can truly devote himself to without reservation. As much as I feel bad leading that poor guy on, I think we're going to go with him first. Bids begin at $50 and max out at $52. Ugh. I know you'll have to pick him eventually just for the sake of the completion, but I'll tell you right now that our date's going to be really awkward. And that's what I want. That's what I want, boy Mailberg. There are a lot of things hanging between us that, frankly, Victor and I have never really talked about. And that's why it'd be perfect. You guys need to work through your problems like adults. But he was acting a bit strange yesterday. Maybe that was him trying to tell me something. Honestly, though, unless Victor's grown a spine in the last 4 years, I really doubt he's discreet enough to be my informant. Well, tough. Okay, fine. It has to be done at some point. I accept that. I just don't like it. I really don't know how much I should bid, though. How desirable could Victor be to the student body? Ms. Jumarali, whoever that is, starts the bidding with $200. Wait a minute. If you don't bid on him at all, doesn't his bid, like, end at, like, $50? I guess he's worth $200. This is great. Really letting these kids know exactly how much they're worth in the eyes of their peers, and even better, putting a dollar amount on it. This would never happen in a school. Who does this Miss Jumarali think she is? Betting money on my man? Whoa, boy, you look mad. You must really want to date Victor, huh? I really don't, but I also hate the idea of losing to someone who doesn't even know him. And who's also no good for him, and is a gold-digging bitch. Ms. Mailberg has now bid $350. Shouldn't this be like Price is Right rules? Like, they bid like $1 over. I was like, I bet $251. Mira, what was, I don't even remember what her silly last name was. It was Jumarali? Mira Jumarali will probably get you back. I think her and Victor are, you know, $500 back from Miss Jumarali. I don't even want to hear the end of Gia's sentence. I'm done playing around. And now Miss Mailberg has provided us with a rather dramatic raise at $1,000. Somebody bet $100 billion. I think that'd be better. What? $1,000? I bet you're thinking, wow, boy must really like Victor to be willing to spend so much on him. Aren't you, string puller? Well, I don't. Which, if I was taught anything about women in middle school, that means she does. I just want to win. This date is now sold to Miss Mailberg. You may collect your winnings in the hall outside. How much are we willing to bet that Mira Jumarali kills Boy Mailberg in the... I mean, I guess they're all bad endings until you get the one where it's revealed who your father's killer is. But I bet the bad ending of this is Miss Jumarali's like, this is what you get for stealing my man! Murder. You may collect your winnings. Why would you say it like that? Victor looks absolutely ecstatic. He probably thinks I did this because I actually wanted to date him. Poor guy. He went through the effort of cutting up his galaxy-themed onesie to come out for a Valentine's evening at a Ferris wheel just to be led along. It's awful. There's no one else out here except he who I came to see, Victor, unfortunately. Boy, this is wonderful. I'm so excited for our date. Ugh, let's just get this over with and come up with some way to shoehorn runaway into the conversation. That's right, runaway is our code phrase. We need to get him to say that so that way we can learn about who is our father's killer. Though I'd really prefer not to bring the subject of runaways up with Victor, of all people. It'll be like old times. Just us two runaways. Oh, that was fast. Excuse me? Did he say what I think he just said? Let's talk outside. There's absolutely no way this is real. This is Victor we're talking about. He could never catch me off guard like this. I'm a little runaway. Boy, you look so surprised. You knew it was me, right? The person texting you? I can prove it. He takes a spare phone out with all our texts from yesterday right there, plain as day. Oh, my God, it really was him. Please tell me this doesn't come as a complete shock. I've always been on your side. I'm your oldest friend. It's me, Victor. Von Doom. I didn't say who I was just in case, but wasn't it obvious that it could have only been me? Those other guys don't even know you. You're too good for them, boy. If I answer honestly, he'll probably cry. Man, given this poor purple-haired guy is getting like no support. I'll tell you everything I know if that's what you want me to do, boy. I'm sorry you had to go through that bidding war with Mira back there, but this date is the only chance we have to safely talk alone. That might be true, but I want my $1,000 back. $1,000 is not worth finding out who killed my father, honestly, if it means I have to spend 10 seconds with this guy. That's why I picked the Ferris wheel. When we're up there, no one else will be able to hear us say anything. I sincerely hope this information is mind-blowing enough to be worth spending time with Victor. Are you wondering why this school has a Ferris wheel near campus? Honestly, I think I might have when it was first mentioned, but I think I just kind of have grown to accept it. As well as any other attractions that you may have seen in my alt timeline dates tonight. Okay. It's all there to keep us rich kids occupied and dissuade us from running off like ducks apparently does. I know it seems ridiculous, and it is, but the important thing to take away is that there is indeed a Ferris wheel for us to ride right next to the lake. I mean, you know what, I probably made jokes about it, but I don't think it needed... The explanation makes it worse. I think somebody should do something about that Ferris wheel, though. It's melting. So here we are, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Ferris wheel ride. Stuck in an enclosed Ferris wheel car, suspended several stories high in the air. Yay. So, nice weather tonight, right? Haha, it's February and supposedly the East Coast. Wow, are we really doing this? It's only February, but you could get by with just a sweater. But I also heard a cold front is coming in at around midnight, ? So we should try and be inside by then. Oh, don't worry, I'm sure one of us will end up dead by midnight. Sounds chilly. Get to the point. You know what? I'm a little tired of Boy Mailberg's attitudes toward this guy, so sounds chilly. We're going to engage. Yeah, it sure does. Yeah. Can I ask you something, boy? The reason you transferred here was to find out what happened to your dad, right? Am I really that transparent? It's just that there's no other reason you would be here right now. I've known you for over half my life now, boy, and, well, that's a lot of commas all in a row. It'd be funny if, like, they were treated like, I've known you for over half my life. Now, boy, and, well, it's like you said when we were in middle school. I wouldn't go there even if you put a gun to my head. He remembers that? Verbatim? Well, it's not like it was a particularly long quote. It was one sentence. God, I was such an edgy little 14-year-old. I'm sorry you had to hear that, string puller. I hope he also doesn't bring up the fact that I own 3 copies of Shadow the Hedgehog. And I know that there isn't a soul in the world who can tell you what to do, boy. So I accepted a long time ago that we'd never attend high school together. But then you suddenly show up here, at a place you've always hated, right before we graduate. Barely 2 months since your dad passed away. So it wasn't very hard to figure out what was going on. Leave it to Victor to place everything I do under a magnifying glass, as usual. So I just want to know, why? Why what? Why would you do all of that for him? You never liked your dad. I know you didn't. Why suddenly try and avenge him, or whatever it is you're here to do? You didn't even attend his funeral. He's right. I didn't, and it's none of his goddamned business. Why not? All he ever did was criticize or compare you to Marcy. The yelling, the lectures, just being around him was tense, even as a bystander. But he's gone now, and you're free from all that. And by the way, who invited the pianist on the Ferris wheel with us? Yet you came all the way here to ask questions about his death. Oh, the pianist must have heard me. He stopped. What are you going to do once you get the answers to those questions? It doesn't matter. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. So I guess neither would she. I see. Thanks for being honest with me. But I know that regardless of how I feel about it, you'll just force everything out of me anyway. Oh. So I have 2 things to tell you. One, that your dad's death wasn't an accident. It was premeditated murder. You already figured that one. And 2, that the student council is responsible. All of us. We all did it. It's every single one of us. And Gia. Like, we all teamed up and, like, poisoned him. Not me, though. Don't worry. You can trust me. I don't understand. Is this a joke? I'm sorry you had to find out like this, but no one else was ever going to tell you. Not Ellis, not Dux, and especially not Crispin. What is he even talking about? Why on earth would a group of high school seniors kill my father? Wait a minute, we've been suspecting them the entire time. And now that she's told, like, yeah, they're probably all behind it, she's like, wait a minute, why would, like, these random teenagers want my dad dead? I don't know, honestly. But on December 12th of last year, Crispin and Dux had a private meeting, just the two of them. They didn't say what it was about. Dux was acting strange, but he didn't say anything to me afterwards, so I thought it was nothing. Crispin and Ellis left the council room together, and then I didn't see either of them again until the next day. Neither of them mentioned where they'd been, and I didn't ask, because it was none of my business, especially not whatever those guys do in their spare time. But maybe I should have asked, because your dad was dead just hours later. That couldn't have been a coincidence. Yes, people meeting up, and then someone ending up dead. Murder is the only answer. I don't know what to say. All of this is a possibility, certainly, but it doesn't prove anything. I can't give you any motive or proof, boy, because I'm the only one who wasn't involved. But you can believe that I'm being honest with you, and I'm the only one of them who ever will be. What? That's it? That's all he's going to say? Am I really supposed to believe on Victor's hunch that my father was murdered by 3 teenage boys? And that somehow, despite that, he's the only one of them who's completely innocent? Boy, I just want you to know, I'd do anything to help you. Anything at all. You're the only person I really care about here, so whatever I can do. Why does he keep doing this? He never used to fall all over himself like this to please me. I can't say I don't like it. The Victor I know has never been what I'd call a nice person, and I liked him that way. But I guess 4 years are a longer amount of time than I thought. I told you all this because you wanted to know, boy, but you shouldn't investigate any further, okay? It's dangerous, and you might find out that I killed your dad. Shit! There's some really awful stuff going on here at Mailberg Academy behind closed doors. You might think that you know what it is, but you really don't. I was the headmaster's daughter. I know a lot more than he might think. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me, boy. You know that, right? I feel like changing the subject to how much I want to slobber all over you. It feels like I'm still in a dream, which is why I'm wearing a sweater made of stars. Like, if I blink even once, you could disappear forever. At the tip of the knife that I have in my pocket. I'd hoped for so long that someday we might be together again. All I've wanted over the past few years is to have you back in my life. That's why I did this for you, boy, and I'll do whatever it takes to get myself back on your good side so things can be like they were again. I'll even kill your dad for you. Oh, wait a minute, I already did that. What a liar. What a dork. I know he's hiding something from me. He must be. How could you tell? He's, like, so transparent. Because even if his story is true and the rest of the council did somehow kill my father, you don't just do nothing about a murder and still get to call yourself the only good guy. Boy, you're being really quiet. Is everything okay? This is what you wanted, right? Listen, if it wasn't, just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll happily do it. Anything. I'm about to suggest something to you that may seem very out of character for me, String Puller. Victor isn't telling me the whole truth. You know this as well as I do. But just look at him right now. He's practically begging for my approval, and there's nothing he won't do to get it. And Victor's been in love with me since we were children. He's never said so, but we've both always known that. So, I think, if I give him the kind of affection he's always wanted from me, maybe I'll get the answers I want. But honestly, it's not right to play with someone's emotions like that. And I would actually love to tell Victor what I really think of him. Maybe getting him to snap out of it would be even more effective. Who knows? The decision is yours, String Puller. Oh, well, hold on. Let us do a little game save here.